When Justice Brandeis retired from the Supreme Court in 1939, Democrat President Franklin Roosevelt nominated William Douglas to take his place. The United States Senate confirmed his nomination with a vote of 62-4, and Douglas served from 1939 until he retired in 1975, making him the longest-serving justice in the history of the Supreme Court. During his 36 years on the court, he authored 30 books and wrote more opinions and gave more speeches than any other justice. I am Dr. John Padfield. I'm a business professor and a former Indiana State Representative, and this is Business Reform, where I discuss issues at the intersection of business, technology, and society. This is the fourth video in my On Privacy series. In my last video, I examined the views of Supreme Court Justice Brandeis, who in 1890 was already writing about the, quote, recent inventions and business methods that were eroding people's right to be let alone. I can only imagine what he would think of Google, Meta, and Bank of America if he were alive today. But I digress. This video is about Justice Douglas, who shared Justice Brandeis's passion for protecting civil liberties, especially the right to privacy and the right to free speech. Justice Douglas is widely regarded as the most liberal justice to ever serve on the Supreme Court, and in 1970, a Republican representative from Michigan named Gerald Ford, yes, that Gerald Ford, launched what some scholars have argued was a politically motivated impeachment attempt against Justice Douglas. The impeachment hearings were eventually closed without a vote ever being taken. Justice Douglas had a lot to say in the books and opinions that he gave over his 36 years on the court, so rather than arranging these excerpts in chronological order, I have grouped them into a couple of themes. The first theme that I want to explore is the relationship between a free people and their government. On that subject, Justice Douglas wrote, "The Constitution is not neutral. It was designed to take the government off the backs of people." He also wrote, "The free state offers what a police state denies: the privacy of the home, the dignity and peace of mind of the individual." Justice Douglas also wrote, "Once the government can demand of a publisher the names of the purchasers of his publication, the free press as we know it disappears. Then the specter of a government agent will look over the shoulder of everyone who reads. Fear of criticism goes with every person into the bookstall. The subtle, imponderable pressures of the orthodoxy lay hold. Some will fear to read what is unpopular, what the powers that be dislike. Fear will take the place of freedom in the libraries, bookstores, and homes in the land." And the last excerpt I chose for this theme reads, "Law has reached its finest moment when it has freed man from the unlimited discretion of some ruler, some civil or military official, some bureaucrat. Where discretion is absolute, man has always suffered. At times it has been his property that has been invaded, at times his privacy, at times his liberty of movement, at times his freedom of thought, at times his life. Absolute discretion is a ruthless master. It is more destructive of freedom than any of man's other inventions." Justice Douglas clearly cared about privacy, and in this next theme, which speaks to the general erosion of privacy, he wrote, "We are rapidly entering the age of no privacy, where everyone is open to surveillance at all times, where there are no secrets from the government." He continued, "The privacy and dignity of our citizens is being whittled away by sometimes imperceptible steps. Taken individually, each step may be of little consequence, but when viewed as a whole, there begins to emerge a society quite unlike any we have seen, a society in which government may intrude into the secret regions of a life." Justice Douglas also wrote, "The challenge to our liberties comes frequently not from those who consciously seek to destroy our system of government, but from men of good will, good men who allow their proper concern to blind them to the fact that what they propose to accomplish involves an impairment of liberty." In that last quote, we hear an echo of Justice Brandeis, who said, "The greatest dangers to liberty lurk in the insidious encroachment by men of zeal, well-meaning but without understanding." The third theme I would like to explore from Justice Douglas's writings involves the idea of people's privacy being violated because someone thinks it's necessary to do that in order to catch criminals. We are constantly being told some version of, if you have nothing to hide, you have no reason to care if your privacy is being violated. Under our system, suspicion is not enough for an officer to lay hands on a citizen. It is better, so the Fourth Amendment teaches, that the guilty sometimes go free than that citizens be subject to easy arrest. Justice Douglas also wrote, "Big Brother, in the form of an increasingly powerful government and in an increasingly powerful private sector, will pile the records high with reasons why privacy should give way to national security, to law and order, to the efficiency of operation, to scientific advancement, and the like." The fourth and final theme I want to touch on from Justice Douglas's writing involves the relationship between people and corporations and between corporations and governments. Justice Douglas wrote, "One aspect of modern life which has gone far to stifle men is the rapid growth of tremendous corporations. Enormous spiritual sacrifices are made in the transformation of shopkeepers into employees. The disappearance of free enterprise has led to a submergence of the individual in the impersonal corporation in much the same manner as he has been submerged in the state of other lands." And the final quote I would like to look at reads, "Power that controls the economy should be in the hands of elected representatives of the people, not in the hands of an industrial oligarchy." I want to point out the last two statements about the rapid growth of tremendous corporations and the problem of, quote, "an industrial oligarchy controlling the economy" were written in 1939 and 1948 respectively. As of August 2nd, 2024, the six largest U.S. companies had a combined market cap value of $14.7 trillion. To put that number into perspective, the combined value of just six companies, Apple, Microsoft, Nvidia, Google, Amazon, and Meta, is more than the combined GDP of Russia, Libya, and all the countries in South America, Central America, and North America, with the exception of the United States and Cuba. I will have more to say about industrial oligarchs in a future video because some of them have very hypocritical attitudes when it comes to their privacy versus your privacy. I have at least 3 more videos planned in this series, but who else do you think I should profile regarding their views on privacy? I would love to hear your suggestions in the comment section below. Also, I am not in this for the money. My total revenue from YouTube is less than $6 per month, which is less than what I spend on licensed images and B-roll video clips. I make these videos to share ideas and hopefully encourage people to become more proactive in reclaiming their privacy and protecting their privacy. So please share this video with anyone you know who may be interested. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. And as always, thank you for watching.